got this tether and everything. He's going to be healing up because of that. So
he's going to live. So it's
definitely see it.
I like that response to the Doom Grim.
And it's also lots of damage instances, which always you want to try to get these type of spells versus Visage, which right now they're starting to get a lot of different ones. They have Edict, they've got Pulse, they've got Viper spells, DK's Fireball, Spirits later on. So Visage, his Gravekeepers could get addressed.
Now, what kind of carries do you want to be playing here? You know that this Lesh, Io, a lot of heroes going to be running at you. A lot of magic, you know, any sort of the classic kind of wants to take against this sort of magic and push.
Could just jug, you know.
Jug.
they've got the Grimstroke. It's really good versus the Lash in two different functions. It's a good lane. I guess I could see the Juggernaut. It's a Skeeter hero.
Oh, well, some of the bans, right? The Void can be very strong against the Jug. Not much you can do against the Chrono. The Time Walks, the Shikuchis, it's elusive heroes, not fun to play against. So, indeed, they were setting things up for the Jug pick. They'll get it.
Yep. I think it works really well around their timings, too. Like, Visage and Jug, they can pressure buildings together really nicely with the Healing Ward and with the Familiars, so. But I think it's mostly just, he can just stick on the Lesh rack, and has two different functions to be able to prevent taking too much damage. Even though Edict will still hurt him through spin and all that, he still has 2 ways to stick on Lesh. And Viper, if it is an offlane Viper, very slow hero. So Jug and Grimstroke with the Ink Swell, they can get on top of him and potentially kill him a couple times. So multiple benefits that I can see at least for the Jug pick.
Well, now starting to look, of course, what. I mean, where are you looking? You are imagining it is just going to be 9-0 last. None of the heroes are going to be put towards the mid bright on Tundra so far. Especially if it's going to.
So.
And where are you seeing sort of the Lesh Viper DK going? Like, who's going to? Is it Lesh safe lane? Or you put in the Lesh mid?
It's very flexible still. I guess it's just going to be depending on which matchups they always see too. Because Tundra does have the last pick, so that's probably what we'll see OG try to match the...
All right.
Match that matchup. I'm really curious what Nine's going to play this game, actually. Because right now, I feel a little bit of lack of reach on the side of OG to get into backlines. Like, they have DK who can jump in, but... besides that, they don't have anything. So if he wants to go for something greedy like his Coddle or something like that, I could see possibilities of it. I'm really curious what Nine's going to play.
You never really know with Nine. A lot of cool stuff to be had.
And they could just still like Grimstroke mid or like Doom mid. They could just still really switch stuff up a lot still too.
I think it's unlikely. You know, things sort of the way Tundra's playing lead more to Nine's hero being picked now.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. Because also, like, they already have like good lanes, right? The Grim Jug, the Doom Visage, we saw them run the other day.
How do you fancy this as a Quaswex Invoker game?
For Nine?
For Nine.
I mean, Vessel's valuable. Vessel's very valuable this game versus DK and IO.
I feel like the EMP is one of the nasty ones for Viper and DK. Buffing up the Jug with Alacrity.
I've just been a little unsure on Invoker lately. That's the only reason why I'm a little...
It's not popular.
No,
it's not popular, but Nine can play a fantastic one.
It could be possible you see that Void ban from earlier. Maybe that's something they were thinking about from quite a while ago here.
Yeah, Slardar and Tusk are pretty good heroes at getting on top of you.
And getting into backline. That's why I'm thinking he's going to go for something squishier.
Like a Void Spirit.
His Lina, his Void Spirit, his Coddle. I think maybe even all three could be possibilities.
I mean, we saw Void Grim just in the previous series pop off right. It's a great thing to have.
OG gonna go for the Treant, so 2 ways to kind of heal and offset Doom damage. Also, BKB Piercing Disable versus the Jug Spin. Tree also one of my sleeper heroes kind of for this patch and for this tournament. I know some teams are really liking it. Currently, I think it has a 100% win rate at this tournament, if I'm not mistaken, or a very high win rate. Okay, that's a bit interesting. And let's see what it's gonna be for Nine. I still think they lack ways to get into backline, so let's see. It is the Coddle. Okay. I thought it was gonna. I really thought it was gonna be one of those squishier backlines. So cool. And that gives them a lot of burst damage too. That complements the Visage to be able to get those Soul Assumption charges.
And it's still it looks as sort of busted as ever. Right, once he gets ahead, this hero just running around you, dealing incredible amounts of damage.
And you complement the. Like I was mentioning, you have the burst damage to give like Visage Soul Stones. You also complement your healing kind of lineup with your group up, with your healing ward, with the Coddle blast healing as well. A couple cool combos you can do, Solar Bind as well as with the Grimstroke. But yeah, he's just going to have crazy burst damage for this IO and for this front lining Leshrac. And now we do see, you know, who's playing wide. It is a carry Lesh. BZM mid, Amara off lane.
So what are sort of your initial feelings overall? You kind of prefer what Tundra's got going?
I do. I think they got like their bread and butter. It's really comfortable heroes that they've pretty much played throughout this entire DPC, I feel like. 9 sees the Coddle game. They lack reach to the back line, so I can see this Coddle really popping off.
Okay. I mean, well, you know, on the OG side, they have that Lesh Iron. I think that that in itself is a pairing that can, you know, IO just enables the Leshrac to sort of a level that can take over. You know, this Lesh could be running across the map and making sure that there's not going to be space for really Tundra to set things off. But as we have seen, Tundra, they do revel in sort of getting ahead early. You know, if OG try and make any of those early moves and suddenly Tundra slams them down, Tundra could walk away with the game. And 9 on the Coddle, we could see some fantastic stuff. Even though overall Coddle's actually had not the greatest of win rates so far.
No, he has
but
not.
To be fair, that is with quite a few support performances in as well. And of course, when it's here with Tundra, you know it's not going to be any support Coddle. So let's find out, ladies and gentlemen, how this game one plays out. Tundra versus OG.
Yeah, because I don't want to count. I'm not counting OG out by any means. I actually still really do like their draft. I just think Tundra's is very comfortable with them. But Tundra does lack some stuff inside of their draft too. They don't really have the greatest forms of disable. It's all like coming out later on when they get like Centaur Stomps and the Visage Familiars. So it's a bit awkward for them to set up potentially for some of these kills. Like if they start getting split pushed, which maybe OG could set up for. OG has great ways to gank. They have lots of different setups from stuns, from the DK, from the Lesh, even just aggressive chase from the Viper. So yeah, let's see how this all goes. Now let's see how Viper does. Very slow hero in the offlane, like I was mentioning, and could get punished pretty heavily from a Jug plus a Grimstroke.
30 seconds to battle.
I see Skeeter already starting to cut down some of the trees, making sure that this lane is not going to be easy for Tiger to play in.
So we see scouting out. So we saw this from Tundra earlier when they played the Doom. They put this deep ward so that Saksa can actually get information of what creeps are in the area, so he can go and eat the proper one. And we're seeing OG, they're prepared. So they block this camp to prevent the Doom from having all those options to eat creeps, and they even get a D ward. So good homework done from OG.
Tundra will be able to start off with the favorable bounty rune pickup, 3 for 1.
And for me, it's eyes on top. I want to see how Amara is able to do in this lane. If he dies, even like it's a lot for this Viper. If he steps up out of position once or twice versus this Grimjunk, he can just die. There's a lot of room to chase, and he's a very slow hero.
How well is sort of Tiger as a support treant able to sort of punch into these guys?
Could be a little difficult. This Fortree is something that I think T1, I believe, is one of the teams that really likes to play it. As the 4 position in particular, but yeah, let's see. I think his pick is more so about like the later style, having that BKB disable versus the Jug spin, having heals to offset. I think for laning phase, it's going to be a little hard for him to protect Viper too much, but we'll see. Mid, BZM, 3 and 3 after one of the first waves. We'll be able to dodge the blasts as well.
And what do you sort of expect out of bottom? Is this going to be free farm for Yuragi or Saxa and 33? You know, can they sort of outdo the heals that Seb's going to be providing early?
Depends on the creeps, I think, that Saxa get. We'll have to see which one he's able to grab once he gets his Devour. Looking at the options that he's got right now, they're not great. He doesn't actually have any of the good creeps. He has double Centaurs, the other camp is blocked, and then he has just like a ghost creep that he could eat, which is not great, so... Could see this Lesh do pretty damn good down here. Seb could die. There's a lot of burst damage that comes out. It's an unexpected burst, too, from Scorched Earth and Soul Assumption. But I think the Yuragi should be okay. And BZM, look at him.
I mean, getting in underneath the tower to keep these denies going. 9 and 4 against the 5 and 0 of 9.
Nice. We'll still see the Kata will catch right back up, as we've seen multiple times. The way that Nine's going to play this is he's just going to start doing the double stacks. And even on Dire, you can triple stack that we've seen before. If you go to the hard camp, the medium camp, and that other hard camp, you can actually hit the left camp, blast to the right, and get that triple stack going, which we'll definitely see Nine do. But a great start for BZM. He's going to have absolute free farm on a DK. And yeah, it's actually seeing Yuragi having to back up off the wave a tiny bit.
They're not getting a huge amount of farm out of this lane so far. Only 3 CS.
Actually, it's just, I mean, Soul Assumption is a crazy nuke level 1. One of the strongest, if not, actually, I think it is the absolute strongest, so it's like a 235 nuke at level 1.
It's got a good juicy creep wave coming in under the tower, though, so this will catch him back up.
Oh, Saksa actually found himself one of the creeps. Okay, there we go. So now they should be able to actually apply a lot of pressure onto this lane. He got the best creep, in my opinion, at the moment. This and the Ice Armor is absolutely broken, so... Actually, where the hell did he even find that? I didn't see where he found it, to be honest.
It was at this camp here, right?
Oh, it was this camp. You're right, actually. Sorry. I thought it was a different spawn, so... He is now going to be able to slow down Yuragi's farm. They're not going to be able to pressure the Visage either, so... Yeah, great pickup from Saksa. Sorry, I was blind for some reason. That was very silly of me.
They're going to run him down here. It's a lot of damage.
He's dead.
He's gone. All right, well, there you go. First blood for Tundra down bottom as, yeah, Yuragi having a tough start.
I know, and this creep is broken, honestly. I have to say. You literally burn the enemy lane's mana, and you will have pretty much infinite mana on your side. So I think this is going to be really problematic for OG. I mean, yeah, because
every 18 seconds, you're spending 50 mana, and you're getting a bonus 2.5 mana regen. What's 18 times 2.5? That's 34.
It's like 45.
It's 45. So it pays for itself.
Yep.
It pays for itself.
And you see that every time they have mana to spam every spell. So Scorched Earth gets popped, they both take super amounts of damage. Even Seb almost dying. A Soul Assumption, another one. Jesus.
This is a lot of firepower coming out from Saxa and 33 in this lane.
Did see now, so 9, he did try to do the triple stack, as I was mentioning. They did put a sentry to block at least one of them, so we'll slow down that Coddle's progression a tiny bit. And didn't get to glance up top, but they've actually done an excellent job versus the Jug. I did not expect the Viper to have this many denies in particular, but 22 and 9 on Amar. I was busy really looking at bottom mostly. I didn't see what happened top for them to offset it that much. Maybe some pulls behind tower or something, but not really interesting. Snaking. He might just be dead here.
See, he's going to get the Ink Swell onto Skeeter. He'll die, but Skeeter will find a kill and return on Tiger.
Bottom. Sucks so low. One more tap would have gotten him.
How are they doing for regen on OG's side? They've just got this headdress. He's got an infused raindrop coming out, but yeah, no further sort of tangos or salves between the two of them. So Yuragi's got to be careful.
Hey, look at their net worth, how much it's being impacted, just having to buy all this crazy amount of regen, raindrops, and everything. Yeah, he's almost 400 gold behind that Visage just from the spam. All right. So winners out of these first 5 minutes. I think OG's probably pretty happy. I mean, BZM and Amar having this excellent start, I think, is really important for them. But I think Tundra's also just fine with the way that everything happened because they are slowing down the Lesh's farm. 9 is going to be able to get that top net worth very quick to get that boost of travel to open up the map.
I see Tiger heading over to this area, continuing to try and just slow down what Tundra's able to set up in their jungle. Immediate D-ward.
He just keeps blocking, yeah.
He's just throwing these sentries down.
This is really good stuff from Tiger.
Making sure that it's not going to be too easy to keep the stacks going. But Snake King, he's done a fantastic job of making sure that Tiger's work is completely destroyed.
Boots of travel done. So 9, he's going to be able to move around the map very quickly. And that's, I mean, bottom could be in a lot of trouble on the side of OG if 9 is looking to pressure down there. Because look at their HP pools. 860, 660. Already seeing them pretty much die to the Visage and Doom. A little bit of that Illuminate damage. Max Illuminate will just kill both. So 9. See where he goes. I'd imagine it's bottom. Yeah, and he's making his move down. And a natural progression for him, too. This Coddle, he can just go for that Vessel that we've seen him do most games.
Yuragi, I mean, at 9, lines it up perfectly.
I mean, it's still so silly. Honestly, the blast facing the wrong direction is still crazy. It was showing it was blasting down, and it goes sideways. So Yuragi maybe got played a little bit. So yeah, he'll be able to get that urn in that Vessel really early, and look at this Vessel game. Tree, Lesh, Io, DK. A great Vessel. Pick up once he gets able to get it. BZM continuing to poke the mid tower.
Bringing it down to about half HP. And this is, of course, going to be his strength when 9 is making those movements. Bottom lane. Well,
BZM.
He's going to come in for a rotation.
It was spotted, though. 33 had the birds right on top of it.
Get the Dragon Tail off onto Saxa. Not quite able to get in range for the split earth. It's still a lot of burst. The breathe fire. Saxa. He'll make it up to the high ground, but that last hit from BZM will finish the job off. Further TP's coming in now in response from Tundra. Want to see if they can try and protect their Visage. Good familiar stuns. 33's able to turn and get the Soul Assumption off. Snake King in range with the Ink Swell stun onto Uragi, but he's being healed up by the Living Armor. The Visage Burst staying on top of the Lesh, but Seb, he's healing up Uragi. 9 needs to find a connection with another blast. He gets it. Takes down Uragi.
He's going for another. He takes the point in Solar Bind.
Control there once more from 33. With those familiars, BZM. He's got the Living Armor. Seb.
Ooh.
Tether in a couple of seconds. Won't be able to connect with the blast. BZM and Seb will live.
Amar getting space, though. Able to push the Jug out of the lane. Skeeter actually jungling. Amar now getting tower damage out of this, but so much moves bottom. They continue on Tundra. Seb.
He's looking pretty dead this time round. Soul Assumption does it. BZM. See if they can dive for him. 33 still got the familiar to play with. They can look for BZM hiding in the trees. They'll find him. Is there going to be any help coming in for this Dragon Knight? I don't think so. It looks like he's completely on his own here as 9 now on a killing spree.
Woo. Tower has fallen.
No tanky heroes when you're playing versus Coddle. His vessel timing, as we keep mentioning, it's going to be very early on. Uragi 0 and 3 on the Lesh already in this game. Seb.
He's TP'd in.
He needs a buddy.
And Snake King, they're ready for him. As Tether, he's away in time. Only just there. Uragi able to save him, give him an opportunity to get out of there.
Saved by Taiga, giving him the living armor before they make the move. Otherwise, he's dead. Like, he would have actually died if he didn't get living armored right away. Seb, a little bit of a risky move.
We'll see. Of course, the bottom tower taken. 33 returns to the game and push the familiars. He'll get that. Drums done.
Yep, the drums, and he goes for usually just the Vlads, which is going to complement his team very nicely, that Jug in particular, who's been having a tough time. You know, we haven't mentioned Skeeter too much in this game because he was playing in that top lane versus the Viper, but his farm, not the best, but it's much better than the last track from the lane that Uragi was placed in.
Seb.
Now Seb will go down.
Once again, Saxa.
Oh, he found him alone.
He did. He ran him down, and he gets him.
That's a pretty big kill, that solo experience.
He's getting close to the 6 here, Saxa.
Yep.
7-3. 1K lead for Tundra.
9. He's setting up on bottom. The bot's onto the familiars.
See if they can kill BZM. He's tanky. Let's get the Dragon Tail stun off quickly onto 9, so we'll slow down the immediate outburst of damage. Seb, gonna try and come in with the save. The living armor, BZM, he's gonna get taken out in time. Seb, keeping BZM alive. Back in action though, Saxa, he'll be the one to fall. As he ticks out to the damage of BZM and Amar. Great save there from the supports of OG in the mid. Oh, a bit of Uragi tried to run him down. Skeeter just turns with the Blade Fury. He's actually the one to get the kill. Uragi feeling a little overconfident there.
And now Amar, first time he joins the game after free farming top, goes
He's
down.
dead as well.
Uh-oh.
Oh, these deaths, they are painful for OG. Uragi and Amar taken out. Tundra, they'll be able to keep the pressure on bottom. And 11 minutes, it was starting to... Yeah, this is what we've seen from Tundra before. They speed it up very, very early.
The Coddle's map presence is just... It's too fast. He's everywhere. And he's pretty much got the vessel done in another 300 gold. So that's going to add that extra element that will definitely... Like in that last situation, if vessel's done, BZM is dead. So it's going to offset the heals that Seb's able to provide completely. And Skeeter completely catches back up, too. He gets that solo kill on the safe lane. A huge play for him. He almost got killed himself because he went for the Omni initially, and Uragi was able to pull it onto a creep wave and then reset, but then Uragi got too close and actually just got spun down. So
a good call from Skeeter to stand his ground and commit back in for the kill.
All right, yep, vessel done. Does feel a bit difficult for OG until they have this Blink Dagger on BZM. Getting close, so once he's got that, they can look to make their own aggressive moves, but yeah, still just feeling that pressure from Tundra. It's ramping up a bit too fast. They're just surrounding these towers with the numbers.
Look at this in the mid.
The Ink Squad Bird.
They get the Doom. They're just going to drop it down straight on BZM, make sure that he has no chance of escape. Or throwing anything out in return.
This is troublesome. My OG's just getting destroyed around the map with the movements. Like Tundra's just now going to set up for the mid tower potentially. DK. This slows down that Blink Tagger that I think OG really needs to be able to do much of anything since that Lesh bottom lane went so rough.
They've got that push. They've got that sustain here with the healing ward of Skeeter.
They've got the living armor, so they'll be able to slow it down until BZM does respawn. But I don't know if they can fight around here. The Lesh is very low. And very squishy. So Tundra will be able to claim another tower.
A full hood on 33.
Oh yeah, you could just go pipe this game too versus the Lesh since it is a safe lane Lesh. Does actually make a little bit more sense than going for the Vlads this time around.
Tiger is trying to find some levels down here, but it's got to be careful with 9 darting across the map.
They have to make sure that they address the lanes. They have to have one person always split pushing out the bottom lane. Otherwise, yeah, they'll have lane issues because the Coddle just moves around so fast with Butcher Travel, shoving lanes almost instantly. So you see like Amar, he's just now leveling level 3 Nether Toxin to push out waves as fast as possible too to offset the Coddle presence a little bit. But yeah, 2K lead right now for Tundra.
BZM. So he did pop another dragon form to farm. Blink Dagger's done. So as you say, this is going to be very important for OG to make something happen with this Blink Dagger reveal.
And get on the Coddle. Like I was saying, the way that the draft went, you could see that Tundra was setting up for some type of backline hero that OG would have a lot of trouble jumping until they do have a Blink because of the way that their draft was. Now they've got it. So let's see if they're able to get anything. On the other side, though, Tundra, Saksa has a Blink as well, too. So could see the potential for double Dooms now in the next 20 seconds when it's back up. I believe it's coming out in the courier, so.
That's going to be scary for them to fight into OG.
Yeah.
Not much they can do against the double Doom. Maybe Seb can save one of them.
9. He's got an Arcane Rune as well.
Oh boy, this is a pretty scary fight for OG. They've got to run. The Familiars, they're coming in. Tiger, he's going to be out as soon as the fight starts. He goes down. Yul Scepter will buy some safety here from the initial Omni Slash, but Yuragi still just gets burst completely by the magical damage. Seb ticking down to the Doom. So he'll try and escape this, but OG, they're being held underneath the tier 2 tower. Seb.
He's trying so hard to live. He's just juking the birds, juking the blasts.
Oh, they get him with a Vessel Charge.
He's dead.
9. He's going to be able to claim him. Okay, 9 dies for that.
And that's not worth it for 9.
Right, yeah, Seb
give him the
sends him out a tip there. So, all right, we'll take that trade. So, a little bit of something there for OG with 9. Getting a little too deep on his horse.
He didn't get the Vessel Charge back either. So he committed that one. Seb was actually out of range to give it to him. So, yeah, overextension there from 9 gets punished. Okay, not bad for OG. Still seeing how hard it is for them to fight by any means versus this Tundra lineup.
See that again on the replay. I mean, it happens, you know. Sometimes a kill's a kill. You know, who matters if you die? You want to dive in.
That is your mentality, of course. As OG trying to hit back here, since 9 is dead for like a second or so, trying to get some type of tower pressure. But he's gonna return right back to the mid lane. Tundra.
So BZM can get the jump.
Let's see. Yeah, it really is all eyes on BZM if he can get into the back line every time.
That's the jump. It's a 33.
He's the tanky one, though.
He is. He's got the hood pressed, and now Saksa. They'll head over towards BZM. They're being careful about how they commit on this, though, Tundra. As 33 will lose one of his birds. Make that 2. Both birds down. And so is the tower. As OG. They'll get themselves some good money out of that, and they won't lose anyone.
They got to back up now, though. DK form ending. Got what they came for. Birds resummoned. Tundra still probably looking to fight pretty soon. Doom back up in 25 seconds. Still keeping it close. Only 2K advantage still for Tundra. OG fighting back nicely.
Yeah, both Amar and BZM very, very farmed. Amar going for that Dragon Lance into the Manta BKB.
Still worried for them because Skeeter's getting a lot of space to farm up. He's got his Battle Fury done, and he will progress very nicely in this game in the core-to-core matchup.
9. Just able to keep every wave under control and make sure that there's sort of the space that OG want in terms of the creep position to get out and make those moves is very, very hard for OG to find.
Ooh, he actually boots or travels in onto the birds, and it's under a ward. So now they're going to know that they're smoked up here. BZM Did he not see it? They'll have the blink out, okay. Whew.
Yeah, Seb also heading over. Might see if they... Ooh.
Skeeter.
Skeeter.
He'll be okay. And now they are certain that there's a ward on that high ground. Snaking.
Oh, they're gonna get the double doom. But do they have the follow-up? As OG are out to the side, they're not going to be able to chase off the back of that. Yuragi will be the focus as he's a little separate from the rest of the team. Yul Scepter buys him a bit of safety. He'll be able to charge out of there with a pig pole. He'll live. As the ultimate combo from Tundra used, nothing to be found with it. So OG, they'll be very glad that they were able to walk that one off.
Great ways to offset and reset the fights and, yeah, battle over the ward there. They will be able to de-ward the ward of OG, and then OG will de-ward the ward of Tundra. OG, probably pretty happy after that. Doom used.
Yep.
Looking to now go for potentially a Roshan. Okay. Tundra has a lot of ways to spam in the pit, though, and also ways to get information with both the Grimstroke nukes, the birds, etc. They'll find Seb on the outside.
Yeah,
5-man bird stun.
Yeah. I mean, can OG take this Rosh?
I think
it's not very quick.
It's a lot of spam. They'll go for the birds. They'll get one. There is a resummon available, but yeah, they can't. It's too much.
This is not the play for them to go for quite at this moment.
If Tundra wasn't completely aware of it, they can of course sneak it away there. But because Tundra's all in the area, especially with the Coddle, yeah, they can't. Skeeter stacking his own ancients. That Battle Fury, continue to see him rising up on that net worth. Soon to potentially overtake the DK and Viper.
Yeah, Mark. I'll have the Mantodon for the next fight. Jiragi, after his jewels.
Tanking up.
Getting that Sanj Kaya.
Yeah. Tanking up, some status resist. So versus the Doom, it'll tick faster. And then they'll be able to like reset the fight potentially with the IO and heals. 4K lead. Still seeing Tundra now starting to gain a little bit more ground with the way that they're getting their farm split up. Philosopher's Stone on snaking, Battle Fury on the Jug that we were mentioning, and 9 just naturally being able to blast those waves so fast. 9 is a pretty close to his E-Blade too, about 600 gold off. So that's going to be another element that I don't know how they're going to tank versus still on the side of OG. They're still very burstable. The Lesh and that DK still ways away from anything like a BKB. Shard picked up now for snaking. So that Ink Swell Dispel, that can be one thing to offset also like the Treant Overgrowth to pierce the Jug spin. He can Ink Swell the Jug to dispel it before he has Manta, so a couple other things that they could do with this too. And Tundra, now with their Doom back up, they want to try to find something.
One swing bigger than Tiger, really.
Oh, they're gonna
might find it in
one.
Amar. Always got the Manta to try and throw them off, but they're able to clear through the illusions very, very quickly. And they won't even need to use Doom for that one.
They saw Tiger as well.
Oh, 33, is he going to be able to catch him? He is. Another catch here for Tundra, as they'll should be able to pick up Tiger as well. No way to hide in the trees with the familiars chasing him out. Skeeter also was trying to sweep aggressively behind the tower, maybe see if he could catch out anyone else of OG, but the rest of them,
I think they can maybe rush. I think Tundra can actually go into the rush pit.
Yeah, I think they definitely can. Skeeter, he certainly wants to. 2 heroes down on OG. Unlikely that they're going to be able to bring some sort of fight together around the pit.
Also scary for them to still fight around the pit because there's likely to be vision from Tundra and they still do have Doom and everything available. So if they walk into this, they'll just get double Doomed. So Tundra able to get this one for free. A great smoke rotation to catch. Probably the most important hero, in my opinion, at that point, the Viper. Continuing to grow the lead.
OG, they maybe trying to see if they can do something whilst they know that 9 headed to the bottom lane, but Skeeter,
he's got the Ink Swell on him, so he's going to be able to just reset and run away.
Yeah, he's going to be fine. It's very hard for them to go on them. It all relies on either BZM getting that Dragon Tail stun or Tiger choosing to commit the overgrowth. Of course, he holds back on that. Would have been an awkward position to try and go for the Jug, especially if they wanted to do it twice.
Yeah, the Ink Swell was already casted on him too, so it's like, oh god, if we overgrowth, it's going to be like a 1-second overgrowth that gets dispelled versus this Shard. 9 continuing to just deal with those side lanes while his team is grouped up together. And they're going to look to try to catch him, but Tundra is predicting this move. Oh, BZM.
Oh,
he's gone.
They've found him. It's getting very, very difficult for OG to make moves on the map at this stage. Even letting Skeeter pick up the kill there. That team setting things up for the Jug to clean up.
Oh, I think they just found Seb as well, too. I think did they catch vision of it? It looks like they know. They're aware of that. So Seb also gonna get brought down. Tundra. This is one of their bread and butter drafts, and it's all coming together, and they're not even having to commit Doom a lot of the times. They're just saving the Doom for the bigger opportunities. And Saksa now also has a BKB done. He's got Blink BKB before the DK does, the core DK.
I know Tiger's here as well. Straight from the top lane to the bottom lane, Tundra, there's no slowing them down.
It's starting to feel pretty impossible for OG to fight back. The DK's just too far behind. He's close to BKB, I guess. Okay, about 1,000 gold. But even then, they're starting to just rack up too much. It feels like Tundra's just got too much control. And now, like with the side lanes just keep being shoved, continuously being shoved in from 9, there's not really space for OG to catch back up and farm. They have to somehow win a fight, but it's looking impossible.
Sax is ready to go in on the mid, I think.
Sure is.
Here we go, jumping in. Your Scepter will help dodge the Ink Swell combo, but as soon as he comes down into the stun and the Omni Slash, Yuragi doesn't stand a chance. Seb also to be chased out. The kills just continuing to rack up here for Tundra as OG showing little signs of being able to slow them down now.
All right, right now OG it's farm BKB on DK and then try to take a fight. Until then, it's impossible for him. How close to the Viper as well too. Mar, he could disassemble the Dragon Lance and then finish it up pretty soon. But yeah, even with those, it still feels so hard to fight into this double Doom potential that Saksa just continues to hang on to, waiting for like a big fight. And yeah, it's literally just Tundra running around as 3 or 4, and 9 is literally the only one who's addressing side lanes with his bots.
I mean, an OG know as soon as they sort of show themselves down bottom, they're immediately CPing away.
Yeah.
It's not easy for them to push the lanes back out against this pressure from Tundra.
Saksa, invis up. They have vision up here, so I do think they do see these Ancients attempting to be cleared. Tundra. Skeeter will get stunned first.
Yeah, but Saksa, he's going to get in onto Yuragi. Skeeter, he's going to go down, but he has that Aegis. The double Doom down onto Seb and Yuragi. Seb will fall. Saksa does die, but of course Skeeter coming back for a second round off the Aegis. He's ready to go. Amar,
he manted himself up there, I think.
Oh, he's going to try and TP out, but he gets knocked down to the low ground, dies to the damage at 33, and there it is. GG, 25 minutes in, 24-7. Tundra will take this game 1.
Bread and butter draft. I think they set it up perfectly too, and very quickly you could see what was starting to happen. OG could not handle the side lanes. They kept getting split up, and then they kept getting caught out because Tundra's just making the right moves around this Coddle. Yeah, this was really well executed, really well set up from the draft. Yeah, this was a really clean game from Tundra. OG gonna have to think how they're going into this next game, because this one, it really, after the first 5-10 minutes, it felt pretty hard.
Yeah, no, yeah, you've always got to be worried when you see the 9 Coddle coming as the last pick, you know, especially when we've already had, well, I think there's been 1 rampage so far in this tournament, and it was on a Keeper of the Light, you know, I believe. Now, this hero, it is deadly, and 9, one of the best on it, 5-1 and 8, having a fantastic time. And yeah, as you said, outside that, I mean, everybody on Tundra, it felt like they were completely in their comfort zone.
Yeah, it was a really well set up draft, and getting that Coddle last pick with a natural Vessel buyer too versus IO less DK. Yeah, you could see why Tundra felt so comfortable going with this style this time.
Well, we'll see if OG is able to shake them out of that comfortable area they were able to draft into this game, Tundra, in Game 2 very, very shortly. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be straight back after the break. As this series stands, Tundra will be the ones to take this first game.
sunshine, a brand new day. Daily I can choose to be. Become what is best for me. Meeting life along the way. Waste no time, but take my time. Time is right now and right here. Here today and here to stay. Stay alive and keep it cool. 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 Light a sign, it makes my day. Day by day I choose to see. Sea of scum, oh sea of glee. Gleeful is the better way. Wait no more and be on time. Time for killing off your fear. Fear not, don't you feel astray. Straight ahead, don't be a fool. Dum ba dum ba dum bum bum. Ooh. Dum ba dum ba dum bum bum. Keep it cool. Keep it cool. Keep it cool. Keep it cool. Take your time, hey, don't be a fool. Stay alive and keep it cool. Keep it cool. Keep it cool. Keep it cool.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to Game 2 coming up now between Tundra and OG. We just had rather a quick Game 1 within a 25-minute timing. A timing that I feel like we've sort of come used to. Tundra, when they hit it right, at the start, they will run you over that quickly. When they have these sort of heroes, I mean, pretty much the lineup, as we said, couldn't have been more comfortable for them. You're gonna struggle. And OG, they absolutely did. They were never really able to hit a timing themselves or get together for a play because Tundra just completely held them down.
Yeah, completely outmaneuvered them. It felt like a really hard draft for OG to play after these first. I mean, actually, honestly, after the laning phase, you could see that the Lesh and the IO, they're just so squishy versus this super high burst damage here on Tundra. They moved around the map perfectly with this 9 Coddle always addressing the split push that was going on and then joining the team with the boots of travel. Yeah, it was a pretty flawless game from Tundra. So OG, they need to think of something because now I think that's 3 games in a row that they've lost.
I think they're down to probably 3 to 4 right now on the win losses. We might even be able to bring that up. Let's have a look. Okay, this is the other games coming on at the moment.
First.
I believe we've got the groups as well. There we go.
Perfect.
So indeed, they were 3 to 3 coming into this series, OG. So at the moment, I will now be sitting 3 to 4, and yeah, we'll see if they can pull it back here. And of course, for Tundra, that means they'll start to be teasing towards that top spot. If with this current state of the series, 4 to 1. Well, Stan, let's see what they can do in this second game if they can pull it off again.
I still feel like it's really hard for OG to do it versus Tundra at the moment. Just the way that Tundra's playing about this, the speed. Sometimes we do talk about OG. They can be a little bit more greedy, being better and better as the game gets to the later stages.
Yep.
But yeah, Tundra just time and time again, they don't really give teams the opportunity to get to those later stages.
No.
They dominate early game and end the game very early on. So yeah, I don't know what OG's gonna be able to do to offset this, because I look at their draft and it's not like they didn't go for early game heroes, right? They have DK, Viper, and Leshrac. These are 3 heroes that can usually fight back early, but yeah, Tundra just didn't allow them to really play their style at all. So
no, as I said, one of the things that I felt would be strong, and I feel like, the OG certainly valued with the draft, that the Lesh IO, I mean, what was ultimately the problem was just what sort of the lane setup, a bit of what the Doom creep that Saxa was able to get.
So
I mean, the lane, they just couldn't survive down there, could they? And then once they're behind, Uragi's trying to get the items. He has to get like the Yules first to protect him against Skeeter jumping in on him with the Omni Slash, and he just wasn't able to carry that game.
Yeah,
as a Lesh.
I also think it's just like the 9 really understanding when this coddle is pretty much, I wouldn't say like broken, but when it's just like the perfect opportunity to pick it.
I mean,
Zero
great,
backline jump, perfect vessel game, super high burst damage versus the IO and Leshrac to offset heal. So it seemed like it was really answered. So yeah, it's just OG. It's back to figuring out something else and maybe not giving Tundra so many of those comfort heroes.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we will have the draft beginning very, very shortly. Do not go anywhere. We're going to cut to a short break, and then we'll be back with the draft of Game 2 between OG and Tundra.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're just getting ourselves ready to get into Game 2 of Tundra versus OG. I'm Only Pixel, here with Fog. Of course, we've just had the first match come to an end. Was not an easy one for OG. They struggled. And Tundra, well, what was the actual timer at the end of that game?
25-55. Tundra continuing to dominate.
Quick win there for Tundra.
Yeah.
But as we said, there's it definitely seems like there's gonna be ways that OG's gonna stop Tundra getting a similar lineup, right? There's got to be heroes that we saw in this game from Tundra that they're not gonna be allowed to have this time around.
Yeah, I would imagine so, but they do still have pretty big hero pools, as we've seen multiple times. But definitely seeing like this Grim and this Doom, something that just continues to be on the rise. Maybe it's something that OG does have to look at. Be a little bit careful about how they open up their drafts too with this Viper DK. A little bit of a slower. I guess with the Viper, it's very slow to move around the map too. So that's a hero that I think can be a bit risky to pick a lot of the time. So yeah, we'll see how they do adapt. Not going to be easy though. Tundra just continues to play really aggressive. The games that they win, like looking at some of the timers, it's like 33 minutes, 28 minutes, 25 minutes. It's very fast timing. Sure, they can still, they do have a win at 45 or so, but for the most part, they do like to play that much faster style. So yeah, OG. They can definitely hit back. Like they are a bit more of a greedy team than we do say, but with Seb, right, they should be able to rally back. And also we did see them yesterday playing that fast pace. So I think one thing that they should maybe avoid is honestly the IO. Even though Seb is really comfortable on it, I think it's just making it really hard for them to make moves on the map without like a core hero, and then it's just like, I don't know, there's just something about the IO that does feel a little bit weak potentially in this meta right now.
Sure. Would you say is it like sort of a hard hero to pull out in a situation when you're a team that, hasn't been a team, right? Seb's coming in as the stand-in, sure, his IO is fantastic, but when you're trying to sort of run and enter into a dynamic and get some sort of strategy going, is it sort of a more difficult hero to run in that sense?
It always can just become a very difficult hero when you're playing versus very like team fight oriented meta.
Sure.
Because you're just what you provide is you're literally just like this heal, and if they have ways to get on you and burst you down, you don't provide anything in team fights. Your abilities are literally just about enhancing somebody else. So it's a little weird. Like that's what we used to see a lot of times when people would pick IO. You'd see like Tide Hunter +1. It's just like this super forcing team fight kind of meta where IO just doesn't like to play into it. So
yeah, and I guess one thing that really was sort of the nail in the coffin that game was the 9 Cole coming in last, and the fact you have that Spirit Vessel rushing mid. Right, yeah. That may be something that with all the things you got to think about when you're drafting against Tundra may have passed them by, because you probably imagine OG looking at the end of that draft. That Keep Up the Light pick probably I'm sure they felt that as soon as that was shown. Well, draft has begun, so we should be able to get it on your screens, ladies and gentlemen, as we get ourselves into this game 2, as the first band's coming out already.
Okay, so they did ban like Wind Ranger and Bat Rider as their last 2 bans in the last one. I saw the Slaughter Tusk ban, and I thought Coddle. I was thinking like one of those squishy backliners. So I think for OG, it just maybe was a little bit of an oversight not seeing it. So this time around, let's see how they adapt. Let's see what bans it's gonna be. Already do see. We do have the titles wrong again, by the way. OG is on the other side. OG is the one that banned the CK and the Doom, because that's the ones that Tundra's been playing a lot. And
there we go.
Bingo. And Tundra continue to ban out those MR heroes. This Razor, this Timber, it has been the ones that he's been most dominant on. And he has been showing, I would say, some weakness on some of the others. His Slaughter looks good sometimes, but it's a bit greedy. But yeah, let's see. Could just still go for something like his Mars. I'm not sure why he's avoiding it so much, but Tundra will get their annoying spooky skeleton.
Well, we see what some of the change. The bans, the Doom is out of the equation.
Yep.
So Tundra, they will have to show something a bit different. They'll open it up with the Pugna. And OG, what do they want to do with their first 2?
Do they want to go down the Grim route? Do they want to go that Mars?
I think the Mars route would not be a bad one.
A Mars?
A Mars. Yeah. I think it would be nice. I think we saw it early today do quite well against a Pugna style sort of lineup.
Okay, they'll go for their tiny. And they will still go for that Grimstroke. All right. Bit more flexible.
How's Tiny been doing? Still good despite the nerfs? What are we seeing on the wins?
Actually, I don't know. I've seen him played. I don't think I was yesterday when I was watching. I don't think I saw him played carry, did I? I saw him played mid from Dark Mago, and then I saw him played 4 position from Crit. I have to think how many games actually it was played. I got to bring it up. Give me one moment.
Because the carry potential certainly did get nerfed.
Yep. There was a lot of plays. All right, it was played actually a lot. Wow, it must have been on all the series that we weren't doing. Look at that. Let's see. It's 50-50.
50-50. Okay. So still very much relevant.
Yep. And
Tundra?
they will pick the Visage. Still continuing to go down that style. 33, as we said. If you look at his pub profile, you look at the games he's playing Visage every time it's there. Every time he has the opportunity to.
I think until it starts getting banned, they'll keep picking it on the first two.
Yeah, and it really is a annoying hero to play against in a lot of situations as carries too, because Brave Chill, the attack speed slow is really frustrating throughout majority of the game. It's also just how much you can get done with scouting. We saw a lot there from last game from 33, just like this ink swell on a Visage bird. The bird just like flies over and gives all this info. So yeah, really annoying hero to play against, and feels like he always complements lineups. And now he's got Pugna Visage. That means they've got like good push and burst. But OG, they do get the Grimstroke, which is one of the best heroes at the moment, best support heroes at this tournament. If not the absolute best, actually. I think him and Pugna. And Tundra, we do see them now. They ban out the Mars. So. OG? Okay, banning out the DK. So maybe this is going to be that tiny carry. Because we have seen the DK a lot of times when there is a tiny carry, you pick DK, you have the Breathe Fire, and then Tiny's damage overall throughout the game is just completely addressed. But
True.
OG they're going to keep it flexible for some time.
Yeah, a little bit. I mean, what do you think sort of made OG not want to go with the DK themselves this game? Because they could have had the chance to grab it, and it's a fantastic blink hero to play with the Grim.
The Tiny gives you always this like instant burst for the Pugna, because that's like 99% chance it's going to be snaking. So if this could be this could potentially be like BZM playing it, going for a Rush Blink Dagger to get into backlines versus a squishy Pugna support, because that Pugna just dies every time to the combo until you do get like your Glimmer Cape or some type of defensive item on Pugna. Could see the possibility of it.
10 seconds remaining.
Any other heroes that were shown in game one that you think OG want to take out? Or do you think at this point that the draft's going to be different enough with the Grim sort of eliminated from their reach that there's going to be different stuff from Tundra?
I think it'll be a bit different from Tundra, yeah.
Of course, that Saxa Hoodwink, one of the best in the game. OG's not going to let it be played against them today.
10 seconds remaining.
That's Tundra.
It's
Got to consider these cores. Maybe consider these Amar heroes still.
Yeah, I think they probably are gonna focus on that. It's still scary for OG about like some of these bans, because like you see the Pugna Visage, it's the setup for these like push lineups a little bit too. So that's why we see that DK ban as well on top. They'll ban the Viper, so maybe they still were a little annoyed by that hero.
I mean, he farmed very well.
He did.
You know, considering all the things that were going wrong for OG in that game, he got like a quick tower. He was able to farm very freely on the top lane. So, you know, you could consider all the things that were happening in that last match. Amar kind of had the most successful time in getting his job done.
Yeah, and maybe they want something specific that is counteracted a lot by that Viper, but let's see. OG? What's the ban gonna be?
I mean, is there any reason to be leaving the Keeper of the Light in the pool? I feel like if there's one of the heroes you were going to take out, I mean, you know, once more with the Pugna and the Visage, these are two heroes that play great with that style of mid from 9.
Honestly, the more I see it, especially from 9, I think it is borderline broken. If you don't have the right heroes to address it, if you don't have heroes to get into backline easily, I think that hero is quite insane. But Tiny potentially maybe could be that answer, because that blink you can just get on top of the Coddle if they're
if he
thinking
doesn't
something
get on,
like
you know,
that. Maybe
if he's not sort of just popping out from the trees and popping a Spirit Vessel on top of you and blasting you away.
It might just be worth banning it, because 9's just so damn good and comfortable on it. The other heroes that we used to see played versus the Coddle mid when 9 was playing, it's like the TA and the Storm Spirit.
And what about the Nyx?
It lost both games. I think it was played versus
did
Coddle.
people try it?
I saw it played once versus the Coddle. I'm pretty sure it lost, and I saw it played, I think, again. I think it lost every game. I'm pretty sure Nyx has a 0% win rate here.
All right.
Let me bring it up. Let me just refresh. So I got the updated thing. Let's take a look. Nyx. Yeah, 3 games, 0%.
All right. And those, okay, Clockwork. It's going to be the support choice for OG. So,
okay.
Definitely a hero that can get in on those heroes like the Coddle.
Yep. Backline jumpers. They're emphasizing on it this time around. So already identifying.
Yeah, great against the Pugna as well.
And this is something that they did do yesterday, that when we were casting them. I think it was Taiga who had an excellent Clockwork game. I think it was like 1 in 10 on the Clockwork, but for me, he was the MVP. He was starting every single fight, getting the good follow-up on the perfect. I think it was onto the FBZ Mars, if I'm not mistaken, every game, or every single situation. So, can definitely see the benefit of the Clockwork in this game. I have something in my eye. I'm sorry.
That's your eyeball.
Yeah, that's true. Ooh. Okay, so if we want some things to be able to protect now versus this Clockwork, and already 4 staffs are now just like skyrocketed in how important they're going to be for the side of Tundra to protect the Pugna, to make him tankier versus Tiny, reset and push away from the Clockwork. Taking their time here.
Both teams really went into their reserve for their second round of picks.
It's because they've got the 1-2 pick, so they're probably thinking of what the combo that they can go for that's going to address the Clock and the Grim. They're still... Okay, I was thinking Pango, but I was like, the Grim is there. So I was thinking maybe they're hesitant about picking it because Grimstroke, but no. This is still very comfortable from Tundra. These two heroes were banned in the last game from OG.
And is this a mid or a support Pango?
I would...
They've done support Pango
That's
before,
a 9
Tundra,
Pango, right?
They've done support Pango in the past, right?
On Tundra? Maybe they have once or twice, but I would prefer 9 to just play it.
Okay.
Still flexible, for sure. And that is, yeah, this is bread and butter, really, for them. Skeeter, his Wraith King, has been something they love to play around, too. Really tanky hero, and also... Wraith King versus Clockwork, it's not fun to play Clock at all. You know, you battery assault, and he just, like, spawns these skeletons, and you're just like, oh, no, what am I supposed to do? So Clock... Yeah, could it potentially even be addressed in when he goes for like the Pugna if there's just like skeletons there? They'll go for the Underlord for Amar. Something else that he has played a lot.
I'm going to say it's a solid offlane pick to get through at this stage, especially considering a lot of the offlaners were being banned.
Good
I don't think they'll be too disappointed with that one for Amar.
Yeah, it could be very nice versus the Wraith King too inside the laning phase, killing skeletons, getting bonus damage, percentage-based damage versus the strength as well too.
With the bans now, Tundra expecting the Tiny to be that Yuragi hero. Yeah. Banning out BZM Storm.
I mean, you were saying the coddle. If they're banning Storm, if they're banning some more reach, could potentially still be it. But there is the Clock in the game already, so.
But then they would be putting the Pango somewhere else.
Pango would be 4, and then coddle mid, and then he has Chakra on Pango and Chakra on Vista. I mean, I think we're just getting too much onto the coddle, perhaps, but. Are seeing them banning out the Death Prophet. I think that's actually a really good ban with their tanky cores and that Tiny, who's probably the 1 position, so looking to take out maybe some of that percentage-based damage.
Final ban from Tundra, see if they want to take out another BZM, maybe another Spirit.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, banning out the Spirit. So looking to ban out the ones that can be the playmakers with that Grimstroke in particular.
And OG, what do they expect? I think they're hard to predict always with that last.
I think what's going to happen is Tundra is probably going to ban... Oh, actually, ooh. OG might get Void Spirit then, right? They could put the Void Spirit versus the Pango in the mid matchup. They have the overall last pick, so I think they'll wait to see what it is, and that is an interesting ban. I guess because they have the Underlord. They're scared the Rubik, because it is like a really good... It actually is an amazing Rubik game versus Clockwork, Grim, and Underlord.
Let's see what they got. So
I think OG will probably go for that Void Spirit because there's some limited there's a lot of limited disable on Tundra, and they have the Grimstroke, so they want something that's going to be active. While on the side of Tundra,
we're expecting a support here, you'd say.
I would think it's Saksa. I actually think that Rubik ban might have been spot on because that's definitely one of those that looked really good this game. I mean, it's 9 or Saksa, because they could still put Mango support, yeah.
I feel that might be a chance because it was picked early, and because, as you said, there's already some heroes that kind of can mess with the Pango. So if they want to do that, there's that chance.
Okay.
Oh, but no, so that should be the support combo, right? What, Phoenix Pugna?
Yeah, that should be Saksa's here. Percentage-based damage versus the Underlord and the Tiny. Can see why they went for it. And 0 egg hitters. A old school counter to the Tiny
That's
was
true.
the
Tiny
Phoenix.
he's not going to be hitting that egg.
This was it used to be like, I think even a TI was for some time where people were picking like the Phoenixes, the Undyings, the Venos, and all that versus the Tiny carries. Does OG look to switch it up now? Do they put the Tiny in the mid lane and switch another carry, or do they just go for something like that Void Spirit? Because there's not too many stuns on Tundra. Let's see. I didn't expect that one. And it's Yuragi, so they are
still keeping the
they are
the
swapping
Tiny.
it.
Okay.
So swapping the Tiny to mid because he doesn't want to be playing that core matchup versus the Phoenix, and now they do have an egg hitter.
Okay. Yeah, some Yuragi profit. Always fun to see the carry profit.
They have the level 20 leash as well versus the Pangolier. That could kick in later stages.
Yep.
But can they make it to the later stages? That's always going to be the thing that I'm curious about. Oh, Snaking's actually playing the Phoenix.
All right. Well, this is, bit of a change up from definitely from what we had in game 1. I think much to the benefit of OG. It was a tough game 1. This time round, they've got ways to play around the map and ways to keep the game going. Because Yuragi being on the Prophet, he's always going to be in those positions. And when it sort of comes to Tundra's heroes being able to catch a Prophet, like playing out in the side lanes and finding these greedy places to farm, and will they be able to sort of hunt him down very easily? Do you think Yuragi can have pretty free movement around the map?
I think they could, because 33 Visage always adds you elements like you have 3 different ways to stun, especially once you get shard too, and you have resummons. There's a lot of different ways for you to catch. But I can see now what OG is going for about being able to address the split push that we saw from last game. They have a lot of different ways to deal with the mobility that Tundra was doing. Both the Underlord with his ult being able to join into every single fight, Nature's Prophet being able to ult from other sides of the map or TP in. Okay. I have not been really too sold on the Nature's Prophet carries yet, to be quite honest with you. I've been seeing it a lot. I know I saw Liquid doing it even before this tournament.
What does it not offer? Like, what is the weakness of having the Prophet as the carry?
It takes some time. Like, I think like I've been seeing like a lot of these similar builds. They play until that like level 20, but versus a lot of these normal your melee carries and stuff like that, they outscale you. So I'm a little worried if OG does get behind in early game, but eyes on BZM. I think they can definitely set tempo with the Tiny because there is very limited disables on the side of Tundra again this time around, but I feel like Tundra's been doing that a lot recently where they just play more of like this team game rather than going for any type of stuns. Because last game, they only had... Who was their actual stun last game?
Tundra.
Inkswell, right? They didn't really have like that natural forms of stun. They had bird stuns. They had like these different ones. It was more about just like grouping up in the game. So let's see how it all goes down.
Early smoke here from Tundra. Might find Seb. Gonna try and chase, but cogs are down.
Oh, they're gonna farm the cogs though. Money, money.
Oh, that. Yeah, quite a nice bit of money there. 4 CS here across the team.
80 gold. Yeah, cogs give a lot. And whenever you have to skill cogs level 1, it is a bit painful in that laning phase because then you won't be able to apply pressure with battery. So he's going to have to play around like burning mana. But it's not value because it's 50 mana burn for 80 mana cost. So you're actually losing it a little bit. And if they kill the cogs, we see, it's money. So Seb at least will survive and guarantee that they get this rune. Can push Sox away as well. All right, let's see how it all goes down. See if OG's able to stop the overwhelming pressure that Tundra's been able to set in most of these games.
And with the way that the lanes are set up, I mean, we saw last time round, Yuragi and Seb in the safe lane did have a very tough time. With these heroes, there's a sort of duo, Prophet, the Clock against the Grim. Oh, sorry, no, Prophet. Okay, they start with the 3 of them. Okay, no, Tiger's going down. I wonder if they're going to look for first blood, but this is going to be the case. But an easier lane for Yuragi to farm in?
I don't think so. I think every time I've seen anybody playing versus the Visage, the spam has been too much. Maybe with Nature's Prophet because he has Treants, he can offset a decent amount. Maybe he should be okay. Seb eating significant harassment.
Not a lot you can do at level 1 now with the cogs. 33 very happy to trade with him.
Oh, he will push him in. Okay. This is one of the weirdest things I think I've seen in a while.
Seb having to salve up. 33 will get the creep wave dragged round.
Soxa will be the one who takes those CS since he has the blast to secure creeps. He's the one who's actually been taking all of them. And are seeing Yuragi get most of the last hits too.
Check out some of these other lanes. What do you sort of expect to see from this mid matchup? Pango versus Tiny.
Pango seems to do good in all of these melee 1v1s. Even though Tiny has base damage advantage, you've got great ways to clear wave always. Tiny should also be fine, but... And I could see Tiny getting a kill on Pango over Pango ever getting a kill on Tiny too, so I think BZM's gonna be still pretty happy. Bottom, seeing a really heavy push. The Skeeter was, I think they had like almost a triple wave under the tower that Amar was able to farm. Plus 16 damage, and Snaking did get a pull off, but then immediately it gets blocked.
Some good damage coming out with his fire
Skeeter.
stomping. Swell. Skeeter, yeah, he's
dead.
gone. Steps up. And a lot of damage ready to go once the level 2s are hit. Amar, first blood for him.
Now he's got 42 damage too, so last hitting versus this Underlord is next to impossible. That's why we see that pickup, of course, that Amar, he wanted it versus that Wraith King matchup. Versus these Skeletons too, gets even more damage.
Isn't going to get any easier for Skeeter.
No, definitely not. And he's really low armor too. Is something that we always talk about. The Wraith King versus high base damage, 2 armor into the over 100 base damage on a hero like Underlord when he's got this Atrophy Aura going. And yeah, we see top there. You know, I thought maybe he'd be able to offset a bit of that damage because of Treants, but no. Every time I've seen this Visage from Tundra, they're able to just push the enemy carry out of the lane.
Not for you.
It's way too much damage.
Precious bounty.
See mid, continues to be even, completely even on the farm. And it's just that top lane where, once again, Yuragi is just, it's not a great start. It's a tough lane.
Nice little toss back from BZM, getting 9 under the tower. Some significant harass. Yeah, Yuragi struggling, but as we mentioned, Skeeter also on the other side is struggling. Gotta get his Helm of Iron Will finished up now. It's gonna be coming out on the courier, so that will help him a lot.
Top lane.
So they got him. One more hit.
Turns towards Yuragi instead.
Oh, they got vision.
That range. 33.
It is really insane that the level 1 nuke is it's 200 and something damage.
Same time around the mid, apologies.
He does get him.
Yeah, BZM catching out 9.
Hey, we did say it was a possibility, you know, that Tiny versus the Pango. And that's huge, it's right around the water rune, but Zoxa comes in and takes it away. BZM.
He's
mad.
Can he get this kill?
The Fairy Fire.
No, it's not going to be enough. Maybe with Yuragi.
Fast move from Zoxa, immediately reacting to the TPN. He's going to get bottled up also once from 9.
A little bit of extra time when Yuragi takes himself away from the lane.
Yeah, that is also true. He's really struggling. And Skeeter, as we mentioned, he's going to be able to start catching back up on him with that Helm of Iron Will to offset the physical damage of the Underlord. And BZM will actually still die. Okay.
9 gets him.
Bottom. Skeeter also going to go down. Actually catching the Inkswell on him. He stepped up way too far, to be honest. All right, action everywhere.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Maybe he felt a little safer than he actually was there once he had that helm out.
I thought he was honestly safer too, but he stepped up like under the creep wave, got Inkswelled, and Amar did have like 30 bonus damage. Now he has 63 bonus.
Top CS Amar. This could definitely be one of those games where we see Amar go for those carry items that he loves.
This is true.
He's absolutely having the sort of start that could definitely benefit him, rewarding himself. And really building towards just being able to slice into the enemy.
He'll be able to join in a lot of the fights too, as we mentioned. That's what they've gone for this time. He was playing like the most immobile hero in the game last time, the Viper. This time he's got an Underlord with his Fiendscape, so he'll be able to join into every single one of the fights with his good start. Taiga!
Thinking, get snaking in return. They can't. All right, they get in and take it.
Just got caught in the river from his stun with the Skeletons. Mid lane now, BZM getting comboed up. 9 won't have enough to take him out, and BZM does get the Arcane Rune. So BZM might get active soon.
I mean, certainly have the sort of start to allow that acceleration. 15 seconds until a TP's up. They've got to be careful on these side lanes. Skeeter, he steps up too far. Amar might be able to get the setup. We'll see.
They might go for mid even.
They're going to try. Let's see if they can get the wrap around Yuragi. TP's in. They're looking for 9. He's out for the jump, but Tiger's there as well. Have the silence to lock him down. 9 will fall. 4 heroes of OG collapsing around the mid.
They're really trying to play at that faster pace this game. A great invasive play from Yuragi and keeping the catapult alive too. This is the 5-minute siege still at 6:47. Looking to get this tower.
There's going to be a lot of damage done. I mean, did Tundra have the tools to turn up and push this back?
33 is coming to stop it.
What they can do about this? They've got the burn as well from the Sun Ray. Keeping control of BZM here with the familiars. BZM slowly dying. Seb's going to run forward, buffed up by the Ink Swell. Gets in with a stun onto both of them as he'll take their focus away from BZM. It should cost him his life here. Let's see if 33 got another soul assumption in a second. He has soon.
He's got stuns
He
too.
won't even need it. Yeah, the familiar control allows him to take down Seb. As OG will lose both their supports. Of course, with that move, they were able to make sure that BZM gets back out safely. But Tundra able to punch back with a couple of kills themselves.
Heavy rotations, making sure that they don't lose their tower. Everyone being called over
Yuragi.
pretty much is Yuragi.
I mean, Nine's going to be able to just walk up and get in on top of him with the Rolling Thunder. As that's Yuragi dead. Did not expect them to sort of have the vision there. As Tundra just simply step up and 9 ult at the ready. An easy kill.
Is under attack.
And now getting some tower damage. 33 makes his way toward top. And Skeeter's pretty much completely recovered. Even though he has those 2 deaths, he's a Wraith King. He's going to have Armlet done any moment now. Seb?
Radiant's bottom
Gonna actually try to pressure him.
This is he has got the point ready to... Okay, he's going to be low on the mana though, so Reincarnation won't save him. See if they can keep him control, trying to body block him with the treants, but they're not quite able to hold him in position, so Skeeter will manage to walk out and away from the 3 of them. That was close though. You know, if they were able to hold him in position, they may have just been able to take him down.
They're already starting to get pretty significantly outfarmed. 2k lead for Tundra. Still looking to play fast though, OG. Yuragi immediately goes bottom with Amar, looking to pressure these towers. That is one of the things that the Nature's Prophet safe lane does give you, is that early tower pressure.
Seb.
Whenever you have treants.
Position to catch Snaking off the back of the dive, and as level 5, Snaking cannot stay alive.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Should be able to offset that gold lead now at this tower.
You know, both 9 and Saxon, they want to try and see if they can find farming around here once more, but BZM, a bit tough for a hero to go on compared to Yuragi. Won't look towards him. 33, making the most of the space top, getting the lads farmed, and Yuragi, he'll continue to sit down bottom. Going straight for the BKB this game, making sure that he can turn up to the fight and not be concerned about these heroes from Tundra jumping and blowing him up.
He needs the BKB incredibly versus the Phoenix as well too, right? Like, he is the egg hitter, so he has to be the one like BKBs and hits it if those fights do kick off, so definitely understand why he goes for that.
Dire's middle tower.
And looking already at some funny items that we see because of what matchups they're playing against. Visage, usually you don't see this, but he's got phase boots because he's playing into the Nature's Prophet, so you'll probably see like the phase quelling blade so that he can get out of the sprout and the eventual shard that comes out from the treants.
See over towards the mid. They want to try and make an attempt on 9. They're in with the silence. Still able to break it off in time, remove the bug, get out with the swashbuckle. They'll turn, they'll kill Seb. Now with the Rolling Thunder, 9 will be able to chase down. Great angle here along the cliff edge. Couple of bounces onto BZM, allows them to take out the Tiny as well. Another roll past, he actually sets up onto Amar.
Amar walks right into him.
That's 3 kills there straight up for Tundra. They've got the familiar control over to the side on Tiger. It's 4 dead on OG. A fantastic Rolling Thunder there from Tundra. OG, again, they just bring all this attention towards the mid lane. Tundra now at a point where they're more than happy to turn that fight into a favor for themselves.
Yeah, it really was like a perfect fight from Tundra. The egg right on the high ground catching everybody. 3k lead, they get the tower. Now things starting to feel a bit difficult for OG. That slows down their any of momentum that they did have there. And yeah, they can't even get the kill onto 9. They both hit the... I think they both hit the Phantom together, right? Like Saksa hit the Phantom at the same time as 9, so it led him to jump out that much faster. And yeah, they just turned up with the numbers.
And look at this move down bottom. Yuragi, he was trying to get some farm. 9 snaking and Saxa, they'll catch him. Another dead. Death Prophet, dead core on OG. Yuragi, once again, for the second time in the series, just struggling to find farmers to carry. Tundra, they're just shutting him down at this early game really, really hard. It's very tough for Yuragi to hit the creeps.
Yeah, it's starting to get to the point where they can't actually take any straight-on team fights almost at all, and they have to play the split-push game until they feel like they can get the tiny Blink Dagger, and he can start them fights with a numbers advantage by killing somebody. But yeah, Tundra, 4K lead now.
Definitely starting to see signs once again of the beginnings of Tundra maybe leading towards a quick, swift game. Already done it once this series. Can OG slow them down this time?
Let's see. It's really eyes on BZM. He's the biggest one that we have to look out for to be able to bring OG back into the game. Him and Taiga, being swell tiny. BZM.
Get buffed up, but it's hard for him to get in. The familiar controls there. BZM, he's dead.
Oh boy. Yeah, it's starting to get.
It's really starting to seem like we're seeing some of the similar storyline to what we had in the first game. BZM at this point just struggling to get that Blink Dagger. These fights, they're happening before he can get it done.
Tundra just always seems to have the numbers, right? They always just seem to be 2 or 3 heroes. OG getting outmaneuvered.
Skeeter happily farming away. Out of the top 4 heroes right now, 3 of them of Tundra's.
Amar's still though at the top.
I mean, maybe Amar can carry.
Maybe he's getting closer and closer to an Atos. Seb, he'll get brought down. Atos will be nice to be able to at least counteract some of the team fight, but 9 now, he's got Diffusal done. So his damage is gonna go through the roof. Also finds himself a DD.
He's ready to go in 9.
Yeah. OG's map just continues
what he can spot out here.
It just continues to shrink. BZM's are trying to get stuff done, but he keeps running into too many heroes.
BZM's, yeah, I feel like he's got to be careful poking at these heroes. They've got the leash. Soulbind onto the 2 of them. Supernova will be popped. They're considering going for it. They should be able to take it down. They're able to kill off Snaking. Hookshot across from Seb.
Okay.
Getting onto 9. 1 second until the Rolling Thunder's at the ready. He'll put the 1 charges. Can he get his ult off in time?
Healed.
He's going to be able to put the ult and start rolling in. As OG, they've got to run. Amar slowed down by the Diffusal Blade. Skeeter steps up, takes him out of a few swift blows. And over to the mid. Oh, great angle for the Swashbuckle. 9 just keeps the damage. Kicking out is 3 dead on OG. They did bring down 9, but BZM has to run. OG, nothing left to throw into this fight right now, as they have to back off.
Tundra knowing exactly how to take the fight there too, as OG, oh my goodness, Yuragi almost getting killed by Snaking there. The heals, that one really, he gets the shield crash I think on what, 2 or 3 heroes, and then Saksa, yeah, just offsetting all the damage that OG has with that life drain.
509, Saksa on the Pugna this time.
5-0, oh my, I didn't even notice how much he's been doing.
Look at this man go.
He's level 9. He was giving some priority in the lane for the start, so that's definitely part of it, but wow, that is actually pretty huge. Yeah, and it's all the little things coming into play, right? The shield crash damage reduction, the Pugna Nether Ward damage reduction, all definitely playing a huge part into allowing this Pango to live.
Seb. Ooh. Okay, well, I guess you only saw that at the bottom of your screen, but I said, well, that was a bit of an awkward one there. That was kind of a point-blank hook shot miss there, unfortunately, from Seb. Means they don't get the kill on Snaking, and maybe they could get something bigger though.
That's a great toss back.
It is. 33 very, very deep. 9 will come in with a Rolling Thunder, but at 33 is gone.
They've got the numbers on OG.
It's going to be a bit of an awkward fight now for Tundra. As Amar is ready to start punching into the 2 of them. The Soulbind will hold Saksa and 9 in position for now. Snaking, he's got Supernova in a couple of seconds. He's got to play to the edge of the fight. 9 gets back in, takes down BZM, dive forward into the Supernova, but they'll immediately turn over towards the egg. They take it out. 9, he's still trying to fight this. He still wants to bring heroes down in return. He's looking for Yuragi, but Yuragi will TP out of this. Seb steps up into the face of 9. A few hits here from 9, gets his kill onto Seb.
It's a single hero standing versus 4. Amar, though, gets his Atos.
Yuragi's TPing over, but I mean, 9,
he's turning around.
He's happy to fight this on his own.
Oh my goodness. Oh, the tumbler to get around the pit.
As Diffusal slow. 9's back in onto Tiger. And now the backups arrive. 33's back in the game.
Let's look at this damage done by the Pango. Click on that fight recap. 4,500 damage. The next highest was about 1,500. 5 shield crashes, 5 swashes, and I think he had, what, 50-something damage reduction? 50% damage reduction during all of it. They couldn't actually focus him. That was OG's best fight to come back into
say,
it.
it looked like at the start that was going to go great for OG. Right? They get 33 so deep underneath the tier 2 with that toss back, but yeah, just not able to deal with the pan gun.
No, Nine a monster. And that was the numbers though. OG, they brought the numbers there, so can still definitely see some potential in them getting these kills. Need to get a better fight in somehow though. Skeeter also was farming during most of this. He's almost got his Deso up.
We will see the next fight, Yuragi. He's got the BKB, so we'll stand a bit of a better chance of getting in and surviving.
Surviving, but his damage is extremely lackluster because he's had to go for this build. They thankfully have an Mar, he's going to be providing probably the most of the damage.
A little bit of a smoke and roche from Tundra.
Okay, and they kill this really easy. Level 3 lucky shot plus the Grave Chill. Rocket will scout it out.
It's been spotted.
Fighting in this area, though, versus Tundra's lineup is very difficult for OG. Nether Ward, Phoenix, you're just walking into every single one of their spells. Same thing for Rolling Thunder, so they'll have to give it up.
Yeah, he's just on to 9.
Okay, they haven't been able to really kill him the once in some of these situations, but, I mean, he is the most important hero on the team.
And BZM and Tiger looking to finish off the tower mid. But they're careful about committing, as they know Tundra, straight from the Roshan, they head over.
They have vision down here. 9, he sees Taiga and BZM.
Tiger, they'll try for the immediate TP out, but 9, he's got him. He's even going to see if he can close in on BZM.
He might actually be able to. They might have follow-up also.
Yep, there's the burn of the Sunray.
It's also the Shard Sunray, so it slows.
Oh, Skeeter isn't quite able to find the stun. Okay, now he does. It doesn't matter. 33 swings over with the birds, keeps the vision up for Tundra. As BZM continuing to suffer here against the aggression of Tundra.
And definitely seen that percent damage. The Phoenix, Max Sunray, Shard finished up, a Vessel almost done too, snaking. We'll always be able to deal with BZM. Yuragi, they're pinging him out. They know he's down here. Actually has to TP out right away.
Seb has hookshot. Mine is a little low. How's Amar's progression looking? He's got the big items queued up, BKB into AC.
Needs the BKB versus the Phoenix.
Skeeter. Blink Dagger queued up next, just to make sure that he can get in and maybe even catch Yuragi off guard before he can react with a BKB.
He is quite massive on this Wraith King. He's gonna kill this Nature's Prophet in like 3 hits, it feels like.
Here's the push from Tundra, turning up with a full 5 in the mid. Still, a couple of minutes on the Aegis.
OG has to get a fight where Tundra's not set up. And by set up, I mean like the Nether Ward is down and all those, you know, the familiars and everybody's already set
ready
up.
to roll. He's going to start the fight, getting the jump on BZM. That's BZM gone. Straight over as well, gets the angle on Tiger. 9, starting the action off.
Oh,
my
boy.
goodness, there we go.
Yeah, feeling pretty impossible. Tundra just they don't give him the options. They're always set up as a team, set up as a unit. Now 5-man onto the mid.
Look at this push. I mean, it's
gonna die so fast.
They're trying to speed run this game faster than they did game 1. We're 20 minutes in, these racks are going down, and OG just, even though, you know, 7k, it's not the biggest of gold differences, it's just so hard to see what OG can do to stop this. I mean, 9 diving up here towards the fountain. Amar getting burnt out by the Sunray from the Supernova.
This just feels like game over. They're so behind. They're this far behind with the Nature's Prophet core. And Tundra just continues to go in.
He wanted to blink in for Seb. He has this Aegis, so he can get away with trying for that.
This could give him. They have to be careful. Now, Tundra, you gotta back away. This is the toss-back scenario that could end up costing you quite a few lives, but yeah, they can't actually get anything. Bottom lane needs to be addressed. OG was able to at least push that one out. But yeah, fighting into Tundra's lineup just feels, yeah, impossible. They need the numbers advantage somehow on OG. So somehow they're gonna have to split the map. it feels like Yuragi, that's going to have to be the element that he goes for. Just split push the map, hope the Tundra splits up, and you somehow catch them and then get those numbers advantages. So right now, smoking up, looking to see if they can catch one of those Heroes of Tundra split. They see the Phoenix bottom, so looking to fight around the top side.
Radiant are scanning.
BZM's just got to get a big jump.
Oh, the scan, though.
Has to delete a hero.
Scan catches him. Tundra's
Oh,
gonna be prepared.
Yuragi's TP'd in! Oh, no!
Oh, my God.
Oh, we weren't ready for that one. He weren't ready for that one. He was like, okay, I'm going to TP into this nice little grove of trees. And much to his surprise, there was a whole lineup of Tundra there. They also get the lockdown on Seb.
Has been denied.
Not the way you want to start the fight as a carry.
Is under attack.
Most definitely not. Tundra reading the move immediately. They scanned, they saw it coming, and then, yeah, they saw the NPT being in. Now a second set of racks likely to be on the menu as likely the game also after that. Tundra looking hot.
Yeah, they certainly are. As I said, what was sort of the timing on game one?
25-55.
25-55. If they can close it up here, can OG... They're going to have Yuragi back in a second. Amar.
They're on 9.
Amar's still got... Maybe he can do it here, Amar. What have we got? We got 9
got
getting
9.
taken out. Amar, can he get anything else? Seb is just getting destroyed by the burn of the Sunray and 33's burst. Tundra will still take the rack stop. I think the Avalanche toss back as well. So they can finish off Snaking. The silence causing issues. It's a second kill for OG.
Dire's middle tower.
Okay, can they get 33 as well? The nuke. BZM's fine.
Still got the birds to try and protect him. He's caught in the sprout.
Uses his
Shard.
stun form.
We'll siege up Skeeter. He's going to go for Yuragi. Yuragi pots the BKB. He's going to be able to hold him back with the help of BZM and the Avalanche. They'll go back in. BZM getting burst slow. Soul Assumption Nuke takes down Tiger. Buyback immediately hit from the Grimstroke. OG know that this is the fight they have to turn around. Skeeter throws out a stun. He's going to get burst down. It's another kill from R. Only going to be the Pugner escaping. OG able to take a fight here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
Able to finally strike back a little bit. Much needed gold for Yuragi. Instantly TP's bottom also to put some pressure, but oh, 9's already there. And they did lose their racks, so it's buybacks to get some type of significant gold back, at least for a couple of the heroes, but yeah, they did lose the structures. Amar almost top net worth, though.
I mean, Amar,
He's
maybe
queuing up the carry items. He's got the Agi Vambrace
Can
on.
he
He's got
carry
the
this?
AC queued up.
He's carried games before as an Underlord.
He really has.
He has.
It would be pretty astonishing if he was able to do it this time around. Seb? 9 is very good at landing his swashbuckles. I am very bad at landing my swashbuckles.
Oh, man, what's he got here? Oh,
I think they thought that was a real Grimstroke walking in.
okay.
Yeah. Okay, small signs of life for OG, but need to have quite a few more of those happen for them to have a chance back in this one. But yeah, small signs. Starting to catch back up, at least on the Nature's Prophet.
Yeah, you know, for also the action that's been happening, Yuragi, he's still absolutely up there in farm. Go for the Nullifier next.
BZM also, he's slowly catching back up. He has Echo Saber. So looking to catch Tundra off guard here. Snaking. Ooh,
Oh, there's the jump.
good grab. A secondary one.
Good hook shot from
Seb.
Seb. He's in. He's able to block off the escape of 33. 33. It's going to be a buyback from Snaking. They want to fight this Tundra. There's Tiger. Buff himself up. Attempt to get in. The Supernova's there. They'll
It's
look
right
to
in the middle,
focus
though.
it down immediately. That's a dieback from Snaking. Bit of an awkward position to drop the ult. Will at least give the space for the rest of his team to get out. That's Snaking out for 70.
That was an extremely awkward placement from Snaking. Like, just dove into 4 heroes. Easily going to be able to focus that one down. They didn't have Rolling Thunder either. It was still on cooldown from when 9 used it up top in the jungle by accident. OG. Small gains.
They're making it. Yeah, they're making the progress. They're shutting down that lead that Tundra had. Roshamp. It's going to be a 2-minute spawn on
It's
that
a long
one.
one. How close to the AC also? Does he have it finished, pretty much? Yeah, he's not finished, but he's getting pretty close.
Skeeter. He's going to soon have the money for his BKB.
That'll help a lot versus the Underlord percent damage that has been hurting him. Visage BKB now, 33. Same thing.
Same for 9.
All three. Oh, 9 got one also. Okay. So a triple BKB timing for Tundra going to be coming out soon. OG, though, as we said, starting to trick back into this game slowly, but it's still not easy for them by any means. It's still quite a Tundra advantage. Pretty massive one.
Radiant's bottom tower is
That's BZM. He's found in mid.
He's shown himself mid.
He dies so fast. Look at all that armor, the armor reduction, the visage as well, the 15 talent coming into play.
And look
with
at
the
9.
death zone. Oh,
I mean, Amar was trying to take the outpost.
it's got BKB.
All right, he's fine here with the TP.
But now it's 70 seconds, no BKB. Tundra has a lot to work through in the bottom lane, though. They do still have 2 towers up.
Yeah, Tiger
And-
making sure this is consistently pushed out.
And it is still that long roast spawn, so 50 seconds.
Get themselves over towards this top wave. And the Yuragi, again, doing a solid job of holding it back.
A lot of lines being drawn on the map from Amar. I think he was worried that they were just going to dive into the mid lane, so he was probably telling his teammates to watch out in that area. And yeah, you can see Yuragi just trying his best to keep that split push action going. Maybe finding snaking. Can't quite. And Snake also has a 4-staff finish, and now 4-staff on him, 4-staff on Pugna. Both of them have the solution to the clockwork that we've seen a couple times Seb be able to get on top of him.
And Skitter's making his way down here. And he's ready to start looking for more kills. And Zeb. Well, can he get out of this one? Let's look into the trees. It goes for the TP out.
Oh!
Whoa, he's away.
Split pushing as best as they can. Roche is back up. I think that Rocket's probably going to scout it out.
Does Skitter want to try and start things on Amar?
His BKB's back up.
Won't get it out straight away, but he has the avalanche. Rolling Thunder's there. 9 cuts across, looks to take down Seb, but Seb's out with the cogs. Amar falling very, very low. Skeeter runs him down. One more hit. No, he's not going to be able to get it in. Amar will live. Skeeter turns his attention over towards the easier kill. Takes down Tiger over to Seb. 2 supports dead on OG.
BZM. He's got a no man's land.
Wow, well, he's definitely dead for that one. Still at this point without the BKB, where he's just not ready to get in on the front of the fight like that. It's going to be down to Amar and Yuragi to try and hold back the full 5-man of Tundra.
And then Yuragi had to pop the BKB there, and now Skeeter's in. 9's in.
Look at the angle. The swashbuckle buyback from BZM. He'll toss Amar back to safety. Amar will live.
Okay, nice save from BZM. Tier 4s, though, dropping fast.
I mean, they're pushing on. It's going to be one of them going down. What can OG do here? They'll have their full 5 up in a few seconds. Tiger. He's back. Tundra. They'll look for the smoke back. They know Roche for sure is going to be back in action now. They'll head back, take the safe objective next, as they know that OG, there's going to be no way they get outside of their base at this moment in time.
And they'll be able to get back up to full HP with that Sun Ray.
I mean, OG's going to try.
He's trying, but
Tundra, they're
Tundra
prepared.
knows, yeah.
They're prepared for OG to make this move. As
Skeeter's in.
He's going to jump in. Now look to take out Seb. That's Seb gone. The leash will hold back the Rolling Thunder for now. Seb buys back.
9's in, though.
Jump forward 9. He's going to head towards BZM. And of course, with that buyback, BZM not able to have the money to finish off his BKB. So no protection for the Tiny as BZM goes down. Amar will try and get in himself with the BKB there on top of Skeeter. But Skeeter's ready for round 2. Amar actually manages to make it out somehow. He'll live. But the rest of his team, it's going to be a very different story. As 2 dead, Seb dies back as well.
Trying to keep the game going, OG, but I think now Tundra, they're going to be able to end it. And yeah, it's just called anyway.
There we go, ladies and gentlemen. GG, it's called Tundra. Not able to do it quite as quick as game 1, OG. We're able to slow them down a bit more this time, but still 2 wins here for Tundra against OG.
Another insane game from Tundra, just setting the pace super early on, just killing everybody and outnumbering. It felt like every single time they had the numbers in the fights. Yeah, just playing super fast. The two supports on OG ended up with, they were 1 in 14 on Seb and 4 in 13 on Taiga. It was a really rough game for them, just constantly getting surrounded from either the Visage or the Pango getting on top of them. Yeah, Tundra. I mean, they do have a lot of different strategies. They do have a lot of different heroes, massive hero pools on pretty much all these players. But this one, it looked like another one of those where they get this ball rolling, and then they group up, and it just feels really difficult to fight back into this type of lineup, these huge team fight lineups.
Yeah, it really does. And we're seeing sort of again, they're 9 popping off with the Pango.
Even versus Grim.
As you said, there was sort of ways that maybe he could have been shut down, or difficulties that he could have run into. It didn't happen. 10-4 and 25. 9 again popping off from the mid. And yeah, for OG, we saw maybe some potential towards the end of Amar being able to be that sort of carry, but on his own, it just wasn't enough. Yuragi, BZM, the other two cores just not able to get themselves to a point where they're able to really stand their own ground.
Yeah, for me, I think this Tundra just really has been on point with the way that they've been out-drafting some teams. I think they, again, this time around, set themselves up for just, I wouldn't say like an easy game to play, but an easier game than OG to play. OG is just very difficult. They have to like split push and try to catch heroes when they're always split up, but Tundra knows how to play these type of styles where they don't split up much, they stick together, and they just constantly pressure you. So
there we go, ladies and gentlemen. As I say, Tundra getting themselves a couple more wins here, as today does continue to be a bit of a rough one for OG. 2 more losses for them. Don't go anywhere, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to cut to a short break, but we should potentially be back with maybe some words from one of the members of Tundra. So we'll see you for that shortly.
Like butter, sweet like honey. Looks so good, like she made of money. She a stunner, legendary. Watch what she does when she feeling lucky. Her so good, she's so bad. Ain't nothing to it, just sit on back. Sit on back, sit on back. Ain't nothing to it, cause it's a woman's world. Woman's world. It's a woman's world. It's a woman's world. Little bit of lady, whole lot of boss. Money comes easy cause she calling all the shots. Got it from her mama, beauty in the brains. Hustle like a champion, like she in the game. Like she in the game, like she in the game. Ain't nothing to it cause it's a woman's world. A woman's world. Baby, it's so hers. It's a woman's world. It's a woman's world. A woman's world. Baby, it's so hers. It's a woman's world. It's a woman's world.
I'll come over, let me drink for free. Call me gorgeous, see what's underneath in my head now. Planning silently how I would get out of this if it turns ugly. This is what it takes to be a girl, trying to survive with pretty girls. Gotta check behind me when I walk down the street. Don't know who is watching me, sitting pretty in a wicked world is what it takes to be a girl. With the big men in the fancy fancy suits, talking business in the conference room. Big promotion, what do I have to do to get that many zeros in my checks like you? This is what it takes to be a
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We've just had OG versus Tundra come to an end in quite an impressive display once again from Tundra. Both games this series going their way. They really they had some I don't know, just two performances where OG just it looked like there was very little they could do for them.
Yeah, it was, I mean, very impressive drafts, really, from Tundra, but not even just the drafts, it's the way that they play around the drafts, right? They always seem to be as a unit. They always seem to have, like, the +1 or have the numbers, or they have the answer of, like, some coddle or something that's going to be able to join in and everything. Yeah, they seem to be really prepared for this tournament.
Absolutely, and I do believe we won't keep the lad waiting. I believe we've got him on the line. Do we have Nine ready to talk to?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, we do.
Thank you.
Hello, Nine. Hello. Thank you very much
hello.
for joining us. Of course, first of all, congratulations for that fantastic couple of games there against OG. I mean, we saw both times, you know, especially with the draft, it really looked like you guys got it, maybe kind of exactly what you wanted. Did you sort of feel that after the lineups that, you know, this was going to be two games that you were going to have a pretty easy time with?
No, to be honest,
Okay.
not. I think OG is a good drafter team. It's not easy to draft against them. They have really strong offlanes, and we just try to make sure that we have our own pressure going. We have our own lanes that can win and snowball, and yeah, it worked out good for us.
Cool. I mean, I don't know if this is going to be, like, maybe not, like, revealing or anything like that, but just curious about flexibility of, I guess, like, Visage. I think we've only been seeing it in offlane. I don't know if you guys, I was maybe, like, contemplating, like, seeing, like, other roles or anything like that. Have you guys discussed anything like that? Just curious.
No, I think when you have Neda in your team, he plays Visage. I don't think anyone will take it from him.
Cool.
That's fair enough. And I've got to ask as well, we've had two games there from you where you were popping off on your Kotl and on the second game, of course, on your Pango. I just wonder for you, which is more fun to play? You know, if that doesn't reveal too much, you know, are you sort of more partial to getting a roll around in the Rolling Thunders as a Pango, or just darting around the map as a Kotl, if not even faster on that speedy hero?
This one is a hard one because both of them are probably the most fun heroes to play.
Yeah.
You're so fast on the map, you can push out, you can be everywhere, you can fight all the time. They're just fun. I think maybe Kotl is a little bit better, a little bit more fun, but
okay.
They're close.
Yeah. And it's sort of with regards to like your upcoming series, obviously at the moment you're in a great position with the points. I think it was like 5-1. You guys are now on the wins losses. Any of the other teams you're yet to face in this group that you're in particular looking forward to playing?
Mostly T1 and Boom, simply because they're like other region and we don't get to play them for the whole year. So this is like the first time except for Dubai, so I'm looking forward to that.
Cool. And I just have one more little question is we've been hearing some tales of some crystal maidens in the mid lane.
Oh yeah, where's the CM?
So what's going on? Are we gonna get to see it? Are you saving it? Are you gonna not tell us?
No, it won't happen.
Oh man, come on.
No,
Gunner's gonna be sad too.
No, it's all right. He's just saying that so people don't ban it.
That's
so
true.
Smart stuff, Nine. Absolutely,
Maybe.
it's not gonna happen. Not gonna happen.
You can ban it if you want.
Well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, Nine, thanks very much for popping in with us for a few moments. We'll let you get on with your day. Enjoy your relaxation after those fantastic wins, and yeah, we'll see you around. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Nine, of course, from Tundra. Very great for him to pop by and give us some quick words. And as I believe that is it for today on this stream. Of course, I believe you've already heard maybe on the other streams, but just as a bit of a notice that unfortunately we have had to have Mind Games be removed from the tournament, from the major, due to the visa issues. Of course, some very unfortunate circumstances, which do mean they will be the team that gets removed from their group. which yeah, it is what it is. So that, and they were the teams that was going to be having the next 2 series, I believe, on this channel. So that will be it for Dota 2 on this channel. But if you are still with us, don't worry, we'll be able to send you off, and we have got 2 other streams going on with some fantastic games coming up. I don't know, can we actually get these schedules up? Is it possible to see what's coming up next so we can direct people over to the games? Here we go. So Fogged, obviously with things coming to an end on this stream, where would you, what would you be heading towards?
Oh my god, you keep putting me on the spot, dude. There's too much good Dota.
I mean, well, EG versus Boom is still going on, right?
Yes, I believe it is still going on. I don't want to spoil it.
It's probably quite a good one to go and watch.
I would say to tune into that one.
Yep.
That is on the main stream, I'm pretty sure. That is still going on. Besides that, later on, I've been really hyped watching Thunder Awakens, so for me, I would say Thunder Awakens versus Spirit. That one probably for me looks like a really exciting one, because if Thunder Awakens is able to bring it to the TI winners, then these guys, you know, they're here to play. So I think that's, for me at least, that would be like a little bit of, because I've gotten to see Gaming Gladiators and Liquid a couple times. I've watched Fnatic and Liquid a few.
Yeah,
Thunder Awakens and Spirit, that's like completely out of the elements. So,
yeah, like what's going to happen there? What is going to happen there? Can't wait to see it. And just in overall, we've got the 2 Liquid games, the 2 Spirit games coming up. You know, it's going to be interesting to see if, you know, Liquid can kind of recover from some of the shakiness we had from them the previous day. And yeah, Spirit, of course, those TI champions, if they can continue to bring out some great stuff. I already like them already. I think they were the team that were bringing out the anti-mage the other day. Love to see that hero in the hands of Yatoro. Yeah. So maybe some more AM games.
Love to see AM.
I like a bit of AM. We just don't get to see enough of it. It's a very satisfying hero. You know, hitting those big mana voids, there's not much that beats that in Dota 2. Sure. But as I say, that is this stream coming to an end today. But as I said, so much more Dota to be played. So make sure you're heading over to the other 2 streams if you haven't got them open already, which I'm sure you do. As I said, I'll be probably heading over to catch the rest of the EG series, see what's going over on that main stream. Thanks again for joining us for the games today. Just as a bit of a recap, we started with Beast Coast versus Boom, ends up going 1-1, and we just had OG versus Tundra, ended up 2-0 for Tundra. But any final words, Fog?
No, I think that this was, I don't want to say like totally expected, because I don't ever want to like write off a team like OG, but I did have Tundra looking really good going into this tournament, so I think that was slightly expected, at least from my side. And Boom, they just keep going 1-1. I don't know what's going on with them. I expect them to just be dominating some games, so yeah, we'll see how they end up doing.
Absolutely. Well, that's it for myself and folks. We will leave you, of course, with some monster moments to wrap up that last series. As enjoy the rest of the Dota 2 today. We'll see you guys soon.